Welcome to the Coffee Club, broadcasting live from New York with your host, Felix, and co-host, Dr. Mark. So let's have a cup of coffee and enjoy the show.
There is no heaven. There is no hell. There is only this world and its dark reflection. And we do not know in which of the two worlds we are.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I guess neither Mark or I want to talk tonight. How are you? This is the Rebellious Rev.
And this is the Doc.
And we are here tonight. And the Rebellious Rev and the Doc are going to go a little bit straight tonight, and we're going to talk politics.
Well, more like political satire, the end of an era. That's what it says. You see, yesterday, aside from being the first grand GOP debate, which we will get to in a little while, it was also the end of an era, the Jon Stewart show, the Daily Show, actually, as we know it. Jon Stewart is ending his reign of 16 and a half, nearly 17 years. And it was a mixed bag, okay? I've always believed and said and lived by the adage that when something stops being fun, it's time to get out. I did that when I retired from teaching. It's the advice that I give a lot of people when it's time to make a change. And for Jon Stewart, although he was at the height of his career and his influence, not so much that he was tired of it, but I think a good part of it was, as he said, he wanted to spend some time with his family. He wanted to see his kids grow up, not spend so much time in Manhattan. The rumor has it that he and his wife Tracy, who is a big animal activist, along with John, bought a tremendous farm out in Jersey, and they are gearing it to be an animal sanctuary, animals of all kinds. Unfortunately, it's a little too late for Cecil, but I don't think they would have lions or tigers or bears, oh my.
Well,
but,
bears maybe, but not tigers.
No, I think it's more of the domesticated type. But still, animals who have been abused, who would give them a chance to, rehab as just like people. And he's really looking forward to it. It's become his wife's passion, and I guess to a certain extent it's his passion. And he said he wants to spend some time with his family. He doesn't remember when the last time was really that he had dinner with his kids. Now, even though he's 52, he has basically young children. He didn't get married until later in life. I guess it's kind of hard when you're either in Hollywood or you're entertaining as a stand-up comedian and you do a lot of traveling. It's kind of difficult. Some people can do it, but then some marriages tend to fail. It wasn't, even when he started the Daily Shows almost 17 years ago, he was single, okay, because he did the comedy clubs and stand-up routine. But I tell you, for a generation of millennials, Jon Stewart was where they got most of their news. He likes to say that he's a comedian and he's a satirist, okay, but truth be told, I used to love to watch him deliver a talking point, especially by politicians, and let's face it, 3 out of 4 times it was a Republican, and then he would, as Warner Wolf would say, go to the videotape and show them saying different things just a couple of years ago or a few months ago. He did that with many of the politicians connected with the Bush presidency and Bush himself. He even caught President Obama in a couple of faux pas, you know.
Yeah, just a
he
couple.
had Kathleen Sebelius on, who used to be the head of the Health and Hospitals Association, and he said, let me see if you can get on to that was when the site for Obamacare was having a lot of trouble. He told her, you go on the site, see if you can get on the site and sign up, and I'm going to download the top 100 movies over the last 50 years. Okay, obviously that was a dig at the president, who said, well, if you like your health insurance, you can keep it, which didn't exactly turn out to be the truth. Okay, but he reveled in pointing out the flaws of politicians, basically showing them not to be so sanctimonious. He admitted when he made mistakes. He said he was not perfect. So I think we have a couple of clips. I don't know if the Rev is going to play them. We have some clips from yesterday's show.
Well, first, before we do that,
we've got to give him our phone number.
Exactly. We do have a phone, and we can accept your phone calls at 646-595-3275. And I'm going to go ahead and play a clip from last night's show for you. I hope you enjoy it. It should start any second. Any second. It will start, I promise you. Here we go.
Anyway, about the debates. I don't have anything for you. We've seen the correspondence. We've met everyone who works here. And now I feel like I should probably say something. So maybe one last time, maybe a little, if you want to, maybe a little camera 3. Bullshit is everywhere. Are the kids still in here? We'll deal with that later. Bullshit is everywhere. There is very little that you will encounter in life that has not been in some ways infused with bullshit. Not all of it bad. Your general day-to-day organic free-range bullshit is often necessary. Or at the very least innocuous. Oh, what a beautiful baby. I'm sure he'll grow into that. That kind of bullshit in many ways provides important social contract fertilizer. It keeps people from making each other cry all day. But then there's some more pernicious bullshit. Your premeditated institutional bullshit designed to obscure and distract. Designed by whom? The bullshitocracy. Comes in 3 basic flavors. 1, making bad things sound like organic, all-natural cookies. Because factory-made sugar oatmeal balls doesn't sell.
It's not working.
Patriot Act. Because are you scared enough to let me look at all your phone records? Act doesn't sell. So whenever something's been titled Freedom, Family, Fairness, Health, America,
This by now.
chances are it's been manufactured in a facility that may contain traces of bullshit. Number 2. The second way, high hiding the bad things under mountains of bullshit. Complexity. You know, I would love to download Drizzy's latest Meek Mill diss. Everyone promised me that that made sense. But I'm not really interested right now in reading Tolstoy's iTunes agreement. So I'll just click agree, even if it grants Apple prima nocte with my spouse. Here's another one. Simply put, banks shouldn't be able to bet your pension money on red. Bullshitly put, it's, hey, this. Dodd-Frank. Hey, a handful of billionaires can't buy our elections, right? Of course not. They can only pour unlimited anonymous cash into a 501c4 if 50% is devoted to issue education. Otherwise, they'd have to 501c6 it or funnel it openly through a non-campaign coordinating super PAC with a quarter. I think they're asleep now. We can sneak out. And finally, it's the bullshit of infinite possibility. These bullshitters cover their unwillingness to act under the guise of unending inquiry. We can't do anything because we don't yet know everything. We cannot take action on climate change until everyone in the world agrees gay marriage vaccines won't cause our children to marry goats who are going to come for our guns. Until then, I say teach the controversy. Now, the good news is this. Bullshitters have gotten pretty lazy, and their work is easily detected. And looking for it is kind of a pleasant way to pass the time. Like an eye spy of bullshit. So I say to you tonight, friends, the best defense against bullshit is vigilance. So if you smell something, say something. We'll be right back.
Well, that's just a little bit of what Jon Stewart was so well known for, taking satire and humor and using it to explain a fault within our political system in a way that we could understand it, okay? And, of course, the tribute to him is like with Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert, they had all of his former guests on his last show, but Jon Stewart has launched so many careers in his 16 and a half years on The Daily Show. John Oliver has a successful show on HBO. Stephen Colbert is going to take over for Jay Leno in September.
David Letterman. Not Jay Leno.
Oh, okay. Right, Channel 2, David Letterman. My bad. Steve Carell started out as a news commentator on the show, and we all know about his successful movie career. Ed Helms, Nate Caudry, Rob Caudry, two brothers, Samantha Bee and her husband Jason Jones, and the list just goes on and on. Okay, and as Stephen Colbert put it so eloquently, they all learned from Jon Stewart. They learned how to hone their craft. They learned how to treat people. He always treated everyone with respect. I mean, the mere fact that on yesterday's show, part of the segment was taking you behind the scenes, and he introduced